So if you've been betrayed and you're working on rebuilding and traveling is a bit of a challenge and a trigger and an issue for you, this is for you. I just wrote a blog post and I want to share some of the reasons why. The first thing is you haven't had enough practice desensitizing yourself. Think about it. When you're home, you're back to your routine, you're doing the same things or a little bit different, whatever, but you're facing triggers more often and dealing with them. And maybe travel isn't something you do as often, so you don't have as much practice in desensitizing yourself. That could be one. And maybe you're sort of distancing yourself before you go because you're it's sort of acting as a shield, a little bit of protection, because this is a challenge you haven't faced very often since the betrayal, and it's a bit of protection. Maybe you could be a little irritated before you go, even picking fights and things like that. This is so subtle. You could be subconsciously kind of preparing yourself for the shock and trauma, because maybe the last time you went away, you came home, you got the worst news of your life. So by having a little bit of anger or irritation or distancing or whatever, you're sort of giving yourself this, you're on this emotional level of that's more aligned with shock and trauma than if you were just experiencing love and joy and feeling great and then you had that shock that you had in the past. Also, travel could be a symbol and a reminder, and you could have tied travel together with betrayal. So naturally, it's going to have a negative connotation association. And you also can have this sort of "you ruined it for me" energy going on, where here you are rebuilding with your partner something entirely new, or what's the point otherwise? And but travel was associated with this really painful time, and you kind of you're resentful that that's the meaning that's been created because of it. Well, of course it's normal, but what do you do about it? So, and this is all in the blog post, but I wrote some notes because I couldn't remember all that stuff I wrote. All right, start small. Maybe just it's not a big week away from your partner, but if there's something that you're doing on a shorter distance, in a shorter distance that's going to take up some time, practice feeling that sense of safety, where you're communicating in some way that keeps you safe, or makes you feel safe, or whatever it is. Start small, communicate clearly, right? If this is a trigger for you, be honest. Here's a chance to say everything that's on your mind, everything that you need. Maybe in the past you weren't communicating clearly. I am not suggesting betrayal is your fault at all. I'm just saying if you weren't communicating in the past, you don't want to bring anything that wasn't working for you into this new version of you that you're creating. So if the old you didn't communicate that clearly, this version of you does. And you say exactly what you need and exactly what you want. Uh, Create new travel rituals. Like maybe there are check-ins at certain times. And of course, you don't need to do this later on, but when you need to feel safe, you need to feel safe. Here's an opportunity to get every single thing you need to rebuild and rebuild right. So you want to create new travel rituals, whatever that looks like for you. Change the story. If you've associated travel with betrayal, then of course you're never going to want to travel. But what if that was the association before, but now it means new adventures, new learning, new growth, new opportunity, new something? And that happens when you do it, and that's what's been created. You check in, you feel safe, you come back, and you could breathe, and you do it again, right? So creating that new association. Strengthening internal safety, that's you doing the work. And that means moving through the 5 proven, predictable, research based ways of moving from betrayal to breakthrough, and incorporating different things that make you feel safe. Maybe you're doing EMDR or EFT tapping or journaling or meditating or seeing a very qualified person who can help you move through betrayal trauma. Um, Acknowledge what was lost, right? We don't want to run from something. We want to acknowledge it. We don't want to live in it, but you want to acknowledge it. You want to grieve it, because then you can put it behind you and move towards something entirely new. And decide what comes next. You get to decide. Now, again, I'm not suggesting for a second that a betrayal is ever your fault. It is your opportunity. It's your opportunity to create something so new, so beautiful, so different with the person who hurt you, only if they've crashed and burned and they're willing to rebuild a version of themselves that they're proud of. uncovering all the reasons why they did what they did, not to excuse any of it, but so that they can heal it and then be there for you in the way you need. But it's an opportunity to create something, especially a version of you, that never would have had the opportunity to be created had the experience not happened. When you do that, you've heard me say this, that's trauma well served. So if travel's been a problem for you, has been a challenge, you're not crazy. You're feeling it for a lot of reasons. I get it. And you don't want to not travel in the future because that's not fair to you, right? So how do you rebuild it? You rebuild it creating that sense of safety, creating whatever it is this version of you needs now that maybe the old version of you wasn't even aware of. And when you do that, that's trauma well served. I hope that helps.